Well, what I heard yesterday in the meditation was the divine feminine got upgrades by the sun and the solar disk activations. So the sun is very powerful at the moment, and when we enhance and we take in the the solar codes or the soul codes, um, the light codes are coming through our DNA and our cells. It activates our pineal gland. When that happens, it will expand everything you see and what you feel. So it could be colors could be more intense. The things you see are more intense. The things you taste or smell are more intense, and you don't know where it's coming from. And there's this totally shift in yourself being made, and that can be sometimes confusing when that happens, because the solar discs that are activated by the humans and your star family in the inner earth, they are um, they are getting activated by different groups all over the world. And when you're connected to those groups, you're automatically receiving those codes. You can also go to those solar discs yourself to activate yourself if the sun is being blocked. So there's always, um, that's what I say, there's always a loophole. There's always a loophole where you can go to get your activations, to get your energy, to get your codes, to get everything you need from source. Okay. And some are when I am in meditation and they tell me, okay, you got an upgrade, um and there are new downloads coming in at night, and that can mean that you don't sleep that long, or that you're awake much easier, and all these things. But also the heat in your body shifts, and it could be that the heat in your body gets all all activated. So yeah, it's very necessary to see where you're going, to see what you're doing, and sometimes you need to cool it down. Cool it down with water, cool it down, maybe with the ocean. Whatever you want. So that's what's happening for the divine feminine at the moment. So let's see what I have here. The ancestor connect with the ancestral realm, um, karmic release. So there is a lot of karmic release being done by these solar activations, and that means maybe you go back in time and share memories, and when those memories are shared, you're also releasing it, because you at that moment you understand that's not the vibration you want to be in. So when you shift that, right away, then healing is necessary in that lineage. But you also get healed, by releasing. You need to trust on the universe, that you get healed. And that's why the solar activations are so important, because that release and that clears your whole system right away. um, and you have to set your boundaries. Maybe you have to set boundaries with other people, that you say, okay, I love you, I take care of you, I do all these things for you, but now I have to have my boundary. And sometimes things don't resonate with people, so you have to take a distance. And when you take a distance from someone, doesn't mean that that you have a personal issue. No, it's just your distance, your energy, you distance your yeah, your being from that being, because sometimes it creates too much drama. Okay, so that's for this time. And also the solar activation is also healing that within yourself. So if there is a karmic, still a karmic response in your body, know that it will be released. Okay, the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail, your inner your inner discovery, finding sacredness, and you are what you seek. So you already are what you're looking for. You just need to make sure that your cup is full. And and that's what also the solar disk does. When it's cloudy or it's a rainy day, you connect with that solar disk, and the solar disk will activate you, but also the sun will activate you. And sometimes we're looking for the Holy Grail, and we're looking for the things all outside of ourselves. And but already it's within yourself. It's already established within yourself. So you don't really have to look at it. You don't have to search for it. You don't, you know because it's already within you. And when it's within you, you also will attract that energy. And you attract always what is for your highest good. The universe will never say, oh, I put this person on your path and let him mess you up. No. Then you can say it's a lesson. What the universe puts on your path is a lesson or a blessing, because that means that something within you needs to be healed. And when you don't bypass, but when something needs to be healed, that you need to do your shadow work. you know um working. What is it? I made a post yesterday about it. It's if you don't do your shadow work, you're just in denial. You're just pushing it away and say, well, this probably will pass. you know and when you free yourself, like connecting with the solar disk, connecting with the codes, integrate the codes, feel what those codes are doing in your system. Because when more light comes in, darkness within yourself will be exposed. So that pain, or that energy, will come up and come out, to be released, to actually to free yourself from it. So it's really amazing. So you are that Holy Grail. You are that person that is good enough for yourself and for everybody else. If you say to yourself, okay, I'm worthy of everything, I'm worthy of love, you will attract it like a magnet. And that's the whole thing. Because I know divine feminine has multiple options. And when there are multiple options, it's just for her to choose. Then you come at a crossroad, and then you say, okay, do I go this direction or do I go that direction? And for me, it's very simple. I just listen to my heart. And get myself sometimes out of my comfort zone, because normally I'm very reserved and drawn back, you know. I really push myself to get out of that comfort zone and say, okay, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that, or I'm taking action. And sometimes it's necessary to get over that point of making yourself smaller. Um, and I know that also those codes. And if you find, if the fine feminine finds that holy grail, you know, um, and she knows the location, she will go for it and search. But she already knows it's within herself, and she doesn't have to search, because you know the divine will put it on her path anyway. But it's clear, 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 and that's the period now we're in, because something big is coming. Something really big is um, hitting home, and you need to be ready for that. So, searching for inner sacred inner space, you know, hmm, searching for inner space has all to do with the sacral chakra, um, tenderness, and sexuality. So, and that's also connected to the Holy Grail and to the ancestor alignments and traumas that they are there. If there are karmic traumas there, you need to release those traumas first, you know. And the sexual energy is very active with the divine feminine. It's because she sends so much light to that center, um, to transform traumas. And when those traumas are healed on that sexual level, everything starts to flow and to, yeah, to activate. Um, but it's a sacred energy, so don't give that sacred energy away to anyone. Wait, wait, and do the healing, and you know, be celibate if you need to, you know. And divine gives the sign when you can open yourself up to um, to an maybe an intimate relationship. Divine will say it's okay. So don't give it away right away, not to anyone, because you want to hold those frequencies. And when you hold those frequencies, you know, all these energies that is stored within you, in your cells, in your DNA, everything, it's almost like um, the Holy Grail. that's that's easy. It's almost like the Holy Grail, they tell me. So yeah, it's the activation of life. You know, it's your life force. It's and that's the interesting part, because the masculine is giving his energy away, and the feminine is receiving it. And the sacral is also the manifestation point. So the feminine starts to manifest, and is manifesting if she's doing it right, you know, and embody and hold that energy for a long time. So that's really beautiful. um Memories of Atlantis, spiritual ancestry, process, and technology. So it could be that you remember the ancient technology, the ancient shift that's are made on Atlantis. Um, and those all these codes are coming together now, because it probably is that you get upgrades in your solar activation or your solar disk activation, that is, so much power, and that is connected with the technology of Atlantis, that you are, giving that inner light and that technology access into your system. It's really, really powerful. So, times of Atlantis, it could be that your ancestors are coming from Atlantis, and that energy of Atlantis needs to be healed within you, because you still carry those codes. And I know a lot of masculines are very technology orientated. So maybe those codes are there to be resolved, within their systems. And that's why there's so much light coming through at the moment. Where are you heading? Where are you heading? So that's what needs to be healed. So where are you heading? Yes, you're heading towards your soul star activation, fulfilling your soul contracts. If a contract of the soul is done, you need to, it had its purpose, and you are able to cut those contracts. You can say to the individual or to source, if you're not in contact anymore, go to source and you say, I want to get rid of this contract because it served its purpose. And now, as long as that is still holding your soul in bondage, um, then you're not able to take a next leap, a next step. Remember who you are. So you're not just a human being, you're also a light being, you're also connected to the Egyptian gods. Know that that is all activated and within you. But you also could have soul contracts, and that was very interesting yesterday. I went to the Witches Museum, and I felt a very heavy pressure on my heart space. Um, but then I went to sit in the sun and get all these codes and activations, and it resolved. But I also know that it's an old soul contract, and it could be from the Egyptian timelines, um, and that is for a lot of priestesses. It's the case that it's a soul contract you have with ancient countries or ancient times that needs to be, released, or because it could be that it's holding you back to get new things in and see the things with a different view. Otherwise, it will hold you back on that dense and lower frequency. So it's very important to release soul contracts, because other people can still connect with your soul and take those essences if you're not aware of it. You know, it's um, it's very interesting, because most of the time that happens during the night when you're asleep. Energies can come in, you are in the other realms, other energies are connecting with you in the realm, and then you feel that, that energy is shifting, and you come back, and you come back in your body, and in the morning you can feel tired and say, wow, it seems like I hit a train last night. That means that other energies in the realm took a bit of your soul essence or of your light or whatever. So it's very important that those soul contracts are done. That is holding you stuck. And when we release those contracts and just rip it up, and we did with, I think it was with the solar eclipse, I did a huge with some women. I did a real, we made up a contract, and we wrote down everything what we wanted to get rid of from that contract. And then, with the solar eclipse, we invited in what we wanted to invite. So you release the soul contraction, you take the new energies, and you can do that during the most powerful time of the eclipse. So, yeah, soul contracts, it's very important. So you can get more activated by the solar disk, by the sun, by the light codes, connect with source. Now we're getting so much activations, as the sun is our brightest star actually. So yeah, and that activates the whole world, because it lets everything live and grow. So yeah, let's see what's the higher self saying. Heart of source. Wow, beautiful. Hmm. All accordingly love, unconditional acceptance, and serenity. So I will say it's the highest form of love. The light, the sun, is the highest form of love. It's the brightest star, and the brightest, yeah, solar activation. It's the most powerful thing there is. Doesn't mean that the moon isn't important, but we make the shift at a certain age. You make the shift from the moon to the sun, because you all worked with the sun or with the moon and the emotions and the depth of your being with the moon. And now we're heading towards the sun to get more new activations in, more healing, um, to be able to sustain um, our abundance, because they carry all the abundance codes. So be in your serenity and unconditional acceptance. Accept everything what comes your way, good or less good. Accept it on every level, and then you can let go of it. It's also the power of letting. You know, just let it be. As soon as we start to interact or start into conversations about right or wrong, or somebody does you wrong, you know just don't react and say let it, because it's the shadow side of the other person. It's the unhealed wounds of the other person that gets projected on you. So um I don't have to do much about it. I just slip it off my shoulders, and it's done. And The only thing I worked on very hard are my soul contracts. So the feminine is really connecting with those ancient wounds of ancient ancestry that needs to be healed, and that goes through your heart. Those healings for the ancestors are going through your heart. So the heart source is healing, is opening, is creative, um, is a serenity energy that heals everything. So do everything with unconditional love. Don't ask yourself, does this person need it? You know, um, no, it doesn't. And an open heart doesn't need protection. And sometimes we close our hearts off because of being afraid of being hurt or being rejected or be taken advantage of. But if that are your thoughts, that's also what you will attract into the future. You're sending it out. So yeah, it's pretty simple actually, and it will withhold you from your abundance. Love is abundance. So that's really interesting for the divine feminine to get herself activated and create the abundance in gratitude for the wounds that are being healed. So next, what's next coming up? The crown chakra upgrade. Wow, see, again, the crown chakra upgrade. Your crown chakra is getting very, very activated. And that's what I said in the beginning, because of the gold print and the gold print path and the golden age we walk. That gold print is already activated in our DNA and in our cells. So we just have to walk that path and stay on that path and focus on ourselves. Which path do you want to walk? You walk the path of abundance, you walk the path of light. um, Divine conjunction, holy holy upgrades. Wow, that's interesting. And miraculous energy. So this is really amazing. It's the dove of peace. And it's so much light that comes through that crown chakra. It's blowing it open. It's giving you new visions. It's giving you new direction. If you were doubting from, okay, I'm at a crossroad, I have to go this way or I have to go that way. What do I choose? You know, just pause for a minute in that center of that crossroad, and you don't have to go left or right. I would say just move forward. Um, because when I when I have to make a choice to go left or right, then most of the time, um, because there are sometimes you get so many options on your path that you have to make a choice. And sometimes you it's the challenge of the universe. What are you going to choose? Choose your own path. And that's, pause in the middle and then walk on. And there is this, along the line you will see what will happen. Along the line you will see what will happen. So that's really amazing. So it's a miracle energy. You know, it's the energy that gives you power from within, and that power comes from peace, a peace of heart, peace of mind, and not don't bother about the things that are, you know, coming from the outer world. Sometimes it influences us, but you have a choice to let it in, or to say, okay, I keep it outside of my aura field. I look at it, I see it outside of my aura field, but I don't let it enter. And that's something different than let it into your heart space. And it could be that there are miracles, that there is magic, that you have holy experiences, or the magic of what you see with your eyes, or what you experience, that creates that sacredness. That experience is that the beautifulness that gives you that amazing awe, you know, that's, it's like, oh my God, this is so amazing, this is so beautiful. That's the experience that you receive. And because you receive this, because you are connected with the universe, you're connected with source, and you have a divine connection. And that's what I always say. You have that divine connection, what is really activating you, and, you know, working with you. And sometimes, you know, you need, if you feel that there's another energy coming in that is heavier than else, you know, most of the time I say, um, go to a different location. It's almost the same when, for instance, you're sitting on a chair, right? That chair carries energy from other people, from and sometimes you have a feeling you can't get out of that chair, and that is connected to certain emotions. Also, when your emotions get stuck, you know, move yourself to another place, move yourself to another chair, move yourself to another corner of the house, and have a different view and have a different vision, so you don't get stuck, you know, because sometimes that chair is very comfortable, and our wounds are very comfortable, but and you're going back in that energy, and you're sitting and in that energy, and you're like, oh my God, I need to get out. Move yourself, get yourself out of that energy, you know, go for a walk, go for a hike, you know, dance, make music, create art, you know, doing other stuff that needs to be done. So that's what the divine has for you this time for the gold print activation. And let me see what my cards are saying on all of this. Oh, flips out right away. You have the key. You have the key. Oh my gosh, you have the key. Yes, you have the key to open and unlock all doors. Um, Yeah, that's very interesting, because I had a little thing with a key last week, so that really makes me smile, because I was in a different dimension, and I couldn't find the keys anymore, so I had to go back to the third dimensional realm to activate, you know, and to find the key again. So it was really interesting how that works. Yeah, you have the key, and you are the key. You are the key that opened doors and closed them. So, yeah, maybe it's time for your to activate your creativity. Time to activate your creativity. And that's what I say, don't get stuck in that one emotion. Don't get stuck, shift it, change it, do something that shift your energy. Um, yeah, yeah, you have the key. You are the key. You are the key to all your miracles. Um, you are an alchemist. You are an alchemist. You are changing the darkness into light. You are changing lead into gold. You can shift and transmute all energies or all emotions that are stuck within you. You can uh, transmute it. You are the one because you have the key. And there are so many tools to get you out of that space. If you are stuck and you don't know how to get out of it, you know, contact me. I can give you a helping hand to get you out of that stuckness, to get you activated, to give you the codes that you need to for your next level, for your next step. So maybe you need if there is some old trauma that doesn't want to be released out of your body, you need some EMDR. It's a trauma release session to get that out of your system so you can move on. Because we also know, huh, that's great because it's your journey and nobody else's journey. The healing journey is your journey and nobody else's journey. So sometimes we over explain ourselves. Um, and going back to the past is giving you an energy of depression or sadness or, old anger that comes up or old wounds that comes up. But it's your journey and nobody else's journey. So it's really, flip the coin and like this one, give it love, send it love, and let it go and accept what happened was for your greatest good. I always say, um, I know that the universe works for my greatest good. So if this isn't it, something else will come my way that will guide me to something better. So we all know that. Well, I don't know if we all know that, but that's the gold print path you're walking, the path of abundance, the path of creativity, the path of awareness, abundance. Go beyond the light, go beyond the light and go beyond the dark and be source. Go beyond the light and go beyond the dark and connect and be with source. Take those light codes in, because those codes that are on the back of the card, those codes will activate you to go, in that space. You know, from this is the Kundalini energy going from down to up to down, and it's like up. make it going through your spinal cord and activate those codes. Yeah. So go beyond the light and go beyond the dark, and be source. Be source in every moment. Be source, and that's when you connect your inner self with peace, with inner self with silence, and then connect yourself with source. Don't get any, don't listen to any distractions, because when you're in that space of inner peace, other energies will come in and try to distract you. Maybe it's a sound, maybe it's a dog, maybe it's a it's a car, or or a person. Okay. Yeah. And clear Atlantean timelines. Again, Atlantean timelines. So it has to do probably for uh, the people that are coded with technology, time to let go of the codes of Atlantean. The Atlantean times, the Atlantean wounds, the wounds of betrayal, the wounds of um, um, yeah, they they are the wounds of betrayal. You have to let go of those wounds of betrayal. What else? Loss, betrayal, and loss. I hear it's betrayal and loss. Because the things didn't go as you had expected, because you had another scenario in your mind that wanted to go that way. You had you were not in alignment with that frequency, because um, unknowingly that person has had this direction in mind and you had that direction in mind, and you expected that it would go your direction, and if it doesn't go your direction, you feel sad, disappointed, you can get angry. But when you accept the things that the things go that they need to go for your highest good, for your growth, then you shift it and then you change it. But it's our mind that made it that way. Our mind made it that way. We all create uh, our own wounds. There are no victims. We are no victims. It's a learning lesson or it's a blessing. And that's the whole part of it. We had everything that happened to us can come out of an ancestral line repeating itself again, for you to cut that line, to make a different choice, to make a choice that says, okay, I have to go to something what's better for me. And in that space, let go of all expectations, because expectations that you have that will disappoint you always. And so have no expectations of life, have no expectation of other people, and just walk your journey. Go beyond the light, go beyond the dark, and be source itself. And then, you know, that path is all open. All the abundance is opening up for you. So don't try to control it in any way. So it's really, really beautiful. And be in peace with everything. Be in peace with it. If you're not in peace with it, You know, you're still fighting the past, and the past is not coming back ever. You know, because if you want to speak now to your younger self, what would you say? Yeah, don't make the mistakes I made. That's, you know, don't make those mistakes I made. Go with your own flow. And so, do I want to go to past? No. Do I want to go to the future, what's unknown? Yes, because that's where my guidance is. That's where my future is. So, uh, yeah, take it. Forget, not forget the past. Um, Heal the past and move on. And then you coming in your Holy Grail energy. So this was it for this week. See you soon again, and have a beautiful weekend. Bye bye.